Okay, so get this. You've handed us like a real grab bag of trivia today. We're talking 3 different articles, all just bursting with strange and wonderful facts, and clearly you're ready to become like a walking, talking encyclopedia of intrigue.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm a little jealous of all the like knowledge bombs you're about to drop on us. So we've got the BBC's science-focused team. Apparently they're embracing their inner trivia buffs this week.
Yeah.
With 101 fun facts that will blow your mind. I mean, that's always a bold claim, but, we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll be the judge of that. And then, this is great, somebody who's clearly gunning for that most interesting person in the room title sent us 60 weird facts that most people don't know.
Ooh.
Ambitious.
I like it.
And then, as if that wasn't enough, top 5 random stuff on the internet from the Buku Project. Apparently, someone curated their internet rabbit hole just for us.
Yes. What I find so fascinating is that these sources, they don't just skim the surface.
Right.
Yeah, we've got your classic trivia night fodder, but we're also like dipping into history, culture, even a bit of art appreciation.
Ooh. Okay.
It's going to be a ride.
It is going to be a ride. I'm excited. So where do we even start?
Where do we start?
Let's kick things off with a creature that takes big is beautiful to a whole new level.
Okay.
The blue whale.
All right.
Did you know that their tongues can weigh as much as an elephant?
What?
I mean, imagine the taste buds on that thing.
It's true. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to blue whale biology.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Their hearts, for example, can weigh close to a ton.
Oh, wow.
To put that in perspective, that's heavier than most cars.
Dang.
And incredibly, those massive hearts only need to beat once every 10 seconds.
Okay, now that's both impressive and a little bit terrifying.
Right.
Talk about a slow and steady heartbeat.
Yeah.
But you know what's even wilder? You are more likely to find a waterfall underwater than you are a blue whale on land.
Wait, really?
Seriously. It's a thing.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I would assume the opposite.
Right.
Wow.
So the Denmark Strait Cataract, it's this thing tucked between Greenland and Iceland.
Okay.
And it puts every waterfall you've ever seen to shame.
Oh, wow.
Picture this. Niagara Falls, but 200 times larger and flowing beneath the surface of the ocean.
Okay, now my brain is having a hard time picturing this.
Right.
It's like, that's huge.
Huge. It just makes you realize how much we haven't explored, even on our own planet.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of unexplored territory, ready for this?
Yeah, hit me.
Lobsters.
Okay.
They taste with their feet.
What?
I mean, talk about putting your best foot forward.
No way. Are you serious?
I'm so serious. It's true. Those little pincers on their legs.
Okay, yeah.
They're covered in taste receptors, making them walking, tasting machines.
Wait, what?
And if that's not strange enough,
Oh, there's more.
their teeth.
Yeah.
Located in their stomachs.
Their stomachs.
Yes, you heard that right?
Like inside.
There's 3 stomachs.
3 stomachs.
3 stomachs.
Okay, that's just showing off at this point.
Right, like, come on. But hey, if you're tasting everything you walk on, I guess you need a robust digestive system.
That's true. That's true. Makes sense.
Okay, so speaking of robust, have you ever heard of the Manhattan?
The Manhattan.
Right.
Like a superhero ant.
Right. Is this where they get bitten by, like, a radioactive bagel and suddenly they have superpowers?
Haha. Not quite, although I admire your imagination.
Okay.
The Manhattan is a species of ant found only in a very specific 14-block area of New York City.
What?
Yeah.
Get out.
They've adapted to survive solely within the concrete jungle, proving that evolution does not need a rainforest to get creative.
That is seriously cool. It's like evolution looked at the heart of a bustling city and was just like, hold my coffee, watch this.
Exactly.
But all right, enough about the little guys. Let's go big again. Imagine this. You're strolling through Barcelona, enjoying the sunshine, when bam, you see it. The Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower in Barcelona.
Almost. Gustave Eiffel initially pitched his iconic tower design to Barcelona for their 1888 World Fair.
Wait, are you serious? I thought that thing was as Parisian as a baguette and a beret. Why on earth would Barcelona say no?
Right.
Like, how could you pass that up?
They deemed it too radical, too expensive.
Really?
Can you imagine the, counterfactual tourism campaigns?
Oh, my goodness. That's wild. Talk about a missed opportunity.
I know. It makes you wonder how many other, what-ifs are scattered throughout history.
Totally.
Speaking of what-ifs, I've got one for the techies out there.
Go get this.
The inventor of the internet, Tim Berners-Lee. Big regret. Those 2 little slashes after the HTTPS and web addresses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's called them unnecessary, a relic of early programming, and has even said that they've cost us all time and digital space.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine, the collective sigh of relief if we could just go back and delete those slashes?
All right.
It's like, talk about a simple change with massive impact.
Totally. It's a powerful reminder that even the most brilliant minds can overlook these seemingly small details with huge implications.
Absolutely. For all the technological marvels we've created, I feel like nature still has a few tricks up its sleeve.
Oh, absolutely.
Take sloths, for example.
Yeah.
They're practically synonymous with laziness.
Right.
But get this, they can hold their breath 4 times longer than the average dolphin.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
Sloths can hold their breath for an astounding 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
40 minutes? That's, to put that into perspective, that's longer than most people can hold their breath while swimming a few laps in a pool.
That's wild.
It's amazing.
That's really impressive.
And as if that wasn't impressive enough, their necks are so flexible they can turn their heads almost all the way around.
Okay.
It's like they've got a built-in periscope.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
So speaking of defying expectations, let's talk about those tiny architects we know as ants.
Okay.
We already met their, city-dwelling cousins, but even your garden variety ant possesses an incredible feat of biology.
Okay.
You see, ants,
Yeah.
they don't have lungs.
Wait, what?
No lungs.
No lungs.
How do they
How is that even possible?
breathe?
Yeah.
Do they just, absorb oxygen through their exoskeletons or something?
Right. How does it work?
So, not quite.
Yeah.
They breathe through these tiny openings along their bodies called spiracles.
Okay.
And these spiracles connect to a network of tubes that deliver oxygen directly to their muscles and organs, making them, incredibly efficient breathers.
Wow. So they've basically got, built-in SCU bay gear.
Right.
That's so cool.
Nature is amazing.
It really is.
It makes you wonder what other, seemingly simple creatures are hiding these mind-blowing secrets.
Oh, for sure. There's so much we don't know.
So while we're on the subject of surprising biology,
Yeah.
let's talk about flamingos.
Oh, okay.
Those elegant pink birds,
For sure.
always striking a pose.
They love them.
But have you ever noticed how they bend their legs?
I don't know if I have.
Man, I guess I never really thought about it. Don't they just bend like, normal bird leg?
Right. How's it work?
So not quite.
Okay.
What we perceive as their knee is actually their ankle.
What?
And their knees are tucked up closer to their body, hidden beneath their feathers.
So they're basically always on tiptoe.
Always on tiptoe.
That's so strange. Talk about dedication to looking fabulous.
That's right. It makes you wonder if they even know they're built that way. Do baby flamingos have an awkward phase where they're figuring out how to stand?
Oh my gosh, I never thought about that. That's hilarious. That's a question for, the ornithologist.
Right.
So while we're pondering the mysteries of the animal kingdom, let's not forget about ourselves.
Okay.
We humans, we may not have 3 hearts like an octopus.
Hold on. 3 hearts.
Yeah?
Octopuses have 3 hearts.
Yeah, 3 hearts.
Okay, we are definitely circling back to that one later.
Of course. Yeah, it's wild. But first, let's address those unique identifiers we all carry. Fingerprints.
Okay.
Did you know that even identical twins don't share the same fingerprints?
Seriously?
Yep.
I always thought that was just, a TV thing.
Nope, it's true.
But if their DNA is practically identical, how are their fingerprints different?
It's this fascinating interplay of nature and nurture.
Okay.
So while genetics lays the groundwork, factors during fetal development, like the length of the umbilical cord, the position of the fetus, even just the rate of finger growth, all contribute to, the unique patterns of those swirls and ridges.
So it's like a biological lottery is happening in the womb.
Exactly.
That's incredible. Okay, you mentioned octopuses having 3 hearts.
Yes.
And I need to know more about this. It's like something out of science fiction.
Oh, it's definitely stranger than fiction.
Okay.
Octopuses, they have 2 branchial hearts dedicated to pumping blood through their gills,
Okay.
and a 3rd systemic heart that circulates oxygenated blood to the rest of their body.
Wow.
This trifecta of hearts helps power their complex movements and camouflage ability.
Okay, that's just cool.
Right.
3 hearts. Nature, you've outdone yourself.
Amazing.
But speaking of incredible feats, let's talk about something humies have gotten right. Legos.
Ooh, Legos.
Those things are practically indestructible.
They really are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. A single Lego brick can withstand an impressive amount of force.
Yeah.
In fact, it would take a stack of over 375,000 Lego bricks to crush the bottom one.
What?
Yeah, they owe their strength to that interlocking design and the material properties of the ABS plastic they're made from.
Okay, that is both impressive and slightly terrifying.
Right.
Imagine, like, the structural possibilities. You can build a house out of those things.
Oh, totally.
And speaking of building, let's talk about those structures we call apples.
Okay, yeah.
Did you know that the apple that you pick up at the supermarket could be up to a year old?
A year old.
A year old. But they always seem so fresh and crisp.
Right.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, how do they do that?
It's the magic of controlled atmosphere facility.
Okay.
After harvesting, apples are stored in these facilities where the temperature, oxygen, and humidity are carefully regulated, which slows down the ripening process and keeps them fresh for months on end.
So it's like they're in suspended animation until they hit the grocery store shelves.
Basically.
That is mind-blowing.
I'm simultaneously impressed and slightly disturbed.
Yeah, I get that.
It's a weird combo.
It's a strange one.
Okay. Speaking of slightly disturbing, let's talk about a fashion choice that has been around for centuries. The tie.
The tie.
The tie.
Okay.
Did you know that wearing a tie can actually reduce blood flow to the brain?
Wait, are you serious? Are you telling me those things are not just uncomfortable, but potentially dangerous?
Well, dangerous might be a bit of a stretch, but studies have shown that a tightly knotted tie can compress the jugular vein, which carries blood from the head back to the heart, and this can lead to headaches, dizziness, even blurred vision.
Huh.
So the next time you're struggling to concentrate at work, maybe loosen that tie a bit. You might just give your brain a much-needed oxygen boost.
There you go.
Okay, but before we lose circulation to our brains thinking about ties,
Right.
let's move on to something like a little more lighthearted.
Yeah.
We still have that intriguing top 5 random stuff on the internet article to explore.
Yes.
And I'm very curious to see what random internet rabbit holes they're going to lead us down.
Me too, me too.
So where do we land?
Well, lighthearted might be an understatement.
Okay.
This article is a real mixed bag
Okay.
in the best way possible. We've got Tim Robbins passionately advocating for arts education.
Okay, but see, that's something I can get behind.
Yeah.
The arts are so important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we dive into the world of Andy Warhol with the director of the Andy Warhol Museum.
It's like this article is a crash course in being a more interesting person.
Right.
Okay, speaking of interesting, get this. Without a telescope, the farthest stars we can see are about 4,000 years old.
It's true.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
The light from those stars has taken 4,000 years to reach our eyes.
Wow.
When we look up at the night sky, we're essentially looking back in time.
Whoa. Talk about a reality check.
Right.
It makes you realize just how vast and ancient the universe truly is.
It really does.
And speaking of things that are much older than they seem,
Okay, yeah.
did you know that the hand gesture actually originated from, lay for it, a musical rivalry?
What, a musical rivalry?
Musical rivalry.
Okay, tell me more.
So, back in the 19th century,
Okay.
fans of rival composers used hand gestures to show their allegiance.
Oh, interesting.
The OK gesture, with the thumb and forefinger forming a circle,
Yeah.
was used by fans of Antonin Dvořák because it resembled the letter D, the first letter of his last name.
No way.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Who knew classical music could be so cutthroat? It's like they were battling it out with hand gestures instead of instruments.
Right.
Maybe a less noisy way to settle a musical debate.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
But, that's what's so fantastic about these deep dives.
What's that?
We start with a collection of seemingly random facts, and suddenly we're on this journey through history, science, culture.
Totally. It really highlights how interconnected everything is.
Yes.
These seemingly isolated bits of trivia,
Yeah.
They can reveal these surprising connections, like deeper meanings.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this whirlwind tour of the intriguing,
Yes.
I have one question for you, dear listener.
Okay.
What fact, or perhaps aha moment, are you going to carry with you from this deep dive?
Oh, I love that.
Mhm.
What's the piece of trivia that surprised you the most? Or sparked a new line of thought? Because, let's be honest, there's nothing quite like sharing a fascinating fact and then watching the conversation come alive.
It's like a little spark of curiosity that can ignite a whole new world of exploration.
Totally.
And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder the wonders of lobster feet, underwater waterfalls, and the enduring legacy of Antonin Dvořák's OK hand gesture.
Until next time, remember, the world is full of fascinating stories just waiting to be uncovered. All you have to do is dive in.
See you next time.